GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discussion is advice. Live long and prosper.
Are friends with benefits?
Speaking of having a good time, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Dayton broke the G&T show. This is now the David Mack
Appreciation Hour.
What is it about this guy that people love him so much? With his purple velvet cape and his crown. I thought it was a little much when he had us carry him in the studio on a throne. I am awesome! Look what I have done! Look what I have brought upon the world!
There is an urge to go nya 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 nya.
I heard rumors that you might be working on something else, but we won't prod much. I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna pry a little.
Dare you! How dare you ask me to change it? Do you not understand the majesty of my genius? And the guy sitting next to me looked at me like he was, like I'd crapped in his hat.
Yeah, it's the professionalism that sells the show. That's right.
Welcome to another GNT Show Supplemental Log. This is Mike Ceridium. Kapla! Joining me today live at Cryptic Studio is Nick Taco Fangs. I can never pronounce your last name. Dugid. Dugid? Very good. And, of course, the lovely Adrian.
Of course.
You are an environment designer? Is that?
Environment artist.
Artist.
Yep.
So you're the one that that paints all those pretty pictures that we get to see that the character runs through.
Yes. I'm basically the set designer for the video game.
Right on.
And I recently had a friend describe trying to tell another friend that what my job was, and she described me as the landscape architect, which I think is fantastic. So I'm going to start calling myself landscape architect from now on.
Right on. It's a sheep.
When I tell everybody online, I make rocks and crates.
Right on. But I have to admit, in the latest episode, when we're the one that's been released, I haven't seen the latest.
I know the latest one you played.
Yes, the latest one I played, and everyone else.
Yeah, how's Peg?
The interiors for the Iconian base.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I love the fact that the environment contributes to the story. It tells us a little bit more of who they are. Mm-hmm. Because I look down and there's this crack running down the center of the hallway.
Yep.
And there's lava, magma running through, and it's like, oh, geothermal power.
Yeah, I don't know where they get their power. I guess it could be geothermal, but that's potentially the ship kit too. So it's just like energy something, energy goo.
Okay.
You say it's Taco Fantastic?
No, I would not say that ever.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah,
but
check.
I will preface all of this before we go further to say that I actually did very little work on the Iconian part of that. That was almost all Adam Flores.
Oh.
He kicked ass on that kit, and it turned out great. I did a little bit of white box work just to kind of flush out how the rooms would be and all that.
Okay.
But Adam did the bulk of the work on that and deserves the credit for it.
He did a really good job then because, like I said, it really kind of shed a light. It told part of the story, of who the Iconians were or who the Heralds were, and the kind of technology they had. So, what was the last mission that you actually?
Well, so I did work on House Peg, but it was more prelim work and layout stuff than the kit itself. I built Ramir's ship basically just out of the Klingon parts that we already had and stuff like that. What was the last thing? So I've been gone for the last month. So what was the last thing I did before that? Sector Space was a big one. That was me. And then I don't know before that. I don't know. I have a list someplace, but I've lost track.
No problem. Because you mentioned Sector Space, it looks beautiful.
Oh, I thought the first thing was going to be, why isn't Earth in the Alpha Quadrant? Is that the first question everybody has to bring up?
No, but I want. But if we're gonna nitpick,
there we go. Bring it on, Mike.
there's a system that seems Nimbus. Nimbus seems way out of place.
Well, yeah, so that's another one that comes up a lot.
Yeah. But that's my only nitpick.
So why does it seem out of place to you?
Well, to me, it seems like it would be better suited based on the fact that it's supposed to be neutral territory between the Klingons, the Romulans, and the Federation. That it would be better suited in that zone where
the crux.
Yes.
Right. Now, do you remember the movie? Mm-hmm. And you remember that this is the planet of galactic peace. Mm-hmm. And do you remember who was actually inhabiting the planet of galactic peace? It was a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
It was.
All of the factions sent their worst civilians and people to this stupid planet. None of them. So here's my argument, and I will say that the placement of Nimbus is due. We put it there because that's where Star Charts had it, and we were basing everything off Star Charts. However, my argument for totally okay over there is that none of the three factions that were involved in making the Planet of Galactic Peace really gave a shit about it. True. And so any of them would be like, it's okay if you just put that over there, whatever. I don't really, we're not going to complain about that because who cares? Plus, space is 3D. Our space is 2D, obviously, but real space and their varying territories are three-dimensional, and there could be a crux of Fed, Romulan, Klingon over, because things wrap over and under and all over the place. So,
True.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, I admit, but we wanted to follow Star Charts as much as we could, because it was the only single source that we could go to without having to kill ourselves in, following every episode and contradicting everything all the time.
Right.
Well, again, that was my only nitpick, and it was even a minor thing. It just seemed, but it's beautiful. I mean, flying through it. I mean, you look around and you're. I mean, it's just.
I'm half expecting to see a nod to Mad Max pop up over there though at some point.
On Nimbus.
I know they're all over already. I know there's genuinely there's design similarities. But I don't know. Just because the Mad Max thing is been on my mind lately and everything.
You're expecting to see that on Nimbus, you mean, or in Sector Space?
Nimbus.
I'm confused.
Yeah, okay. It would work on Nimbus, but
the buggies. Yeah, people have asked for buggies for Ryza and stuff for it too. I don't know how realistic that is, but maybe.
But so you also create the environments, which is fantastic because like I've said, you're telling a story in a different fashion. Mm-hmm. Is there a particular environment you would love to see in game? One that you have not done yet?
One that I have not done yet, but is already in game.
Oh,
does that count?
Sure.
DS9. I've been talking about it forever. I want to rebuild DS9. ESD was the top of my list. Got that down. Mm-hmm. I was amazed that ever happened. DS9. I would love to rebuild DS9 because Promenade now it's passable. I've described it as an impressionist painting. If you kind of stand back and squint, it looks cool. But if you really pay attention to the details, things are not right. And so I would love to fix that up. I don't know if that'll happen or not. It'd be really cool if it did. But yeah, pipe dreams. Yeah. ESD was a pipe dream though, so who knows?
Yeah, and so you're responsible for the new version of ESD.
Yeah,
and that's beautiful.
We had pretty much the whole team was working on it at one point or another. We had at least 3 or 4 artists do things on the interior, plus all of the design stuff that happened. But I basically led up that team and helped guide it and all that. I came up with all the preliminary designs and figured out where things will go and all that.
Very cool. Yeah. And giving DS9 that kind of treatment, wow.
I mean, it's not as freeform, right? If we did DS9, we would try to follow the screen versus ESD, which was nothing was shown.
Yeah.
We have one hallway shown in TNG once, and then a couple of shots from the motion picture and various other movies and stuff, but nothing major, nothing kind of whatever we wanted to make of it.
It feels more like what it should be. It feels like Earth Space Dock now.
Cool.
And my brain still has the old version, so I'm repeatedly surprised every time I go to the new Earth Space Dock. I keep going, oh!
Yay!
Every time. So it's
choirs of angels sing every time you beam down. That's fantastic. So I would say DS9 would be akin to when I did Voyager. So we rebuilt the Intrepid interior for I totally forgot the name of the mission. Mind something.
Oh yeah, it was the Tuvok.
Anyway, yeah, when we introduced Tuvok, we introduced Voyager again, really, and went to the Delta Quadrant. It was all Delta Rising stuff, and so we rebuilt all of or most of Voyager interior. And so DS9 would be like that, where we're just
more accurate.
Yeah, it would just be following screenshots and stuff as much as we can, but it would still be a lot of work. I don't know. We'll see. It'd be cool to do.
It would be cool. Let's see. What's your favorite Trek series?
I grew up with TNG, so TNG is always going to have the kind of the special place in my
Your
heart.
first love.
And the Enterprise D is always going to be the my first ship. Although I really like DS9, and I will stick up for Enterprise. Enterprise is actually a good show. The first season is crap, but man, there's some really good episodes in there.
It does get better.
And there's some really crappy episodes in all of the series, but Enterprise does not get a fair shake, in my opinion, from most people.
It definitely gets better as you go.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. Besides Star Trek, are you a fan of any?
You've seen my.
I've seen your where you work, and it's pretty obvious. But our listeners don't have that luxury.
No, we can. They've seen it. I've posted stuff to Twitter and stuff, but I'm a fan of all sorts of stuff. I'm a nerd. So I have. What Mike is referring to is my giant Lego Star Destroyer that is sitting on top of my desk. I don't know what else I have over there. I have all sorts of stuff. I'm a brony, so I have a My Little Pony, and my friend just gave me this awesome 1980s like porcelain unicorn statue, which is like so random, but I'm like, that's going right on my desk. There's nowhere else for that. I don't know. I'm a fan of all sorts of stuff. I'm a Battlestar fan. I'm a Aliens fan. I'm a video gamer since age 5.
You still into Adventure Time?
I am, although I haven't seen the latest stuff. I've seen whatever's on Netflix up till a while ago. And Lumpy Space Princess, which Adrian helped me construct as my Halloween costume last year, is still sitting in my living room staring at people as he comes in the front door, which is pretty great. I don't know. I'm a nerd.
Right on.
I like all sorts of stuff.
Let's see. Some of the models are fantastic, but not everyone may know. But you also like working with your hands. You do some carpentry. Woodworking.
I do woodworking, although I haven't. Excuse me. That's okay.
It's your head.
Shut up, phone. Shut.
Crafting theme. What is your crafting theme?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's okay. I do woodworking in my garage. It's super amateur. People are really impressed by cutting boards for some reason, but they're really just.
I saw in person the one that you had.
You take big pieces of wood, you cut them into little pieces of wood, and you glue those all back together. It's not that big a deal, but it's fun. It's I get into mechanical stuff far more often than I should. So I have a bunch of old power tools. So I have an old Delta Unisaw from 1970, which I finished restoring, a couple months ago, but it's kind of acting up, so I need to do more work with that. So I get sidetracked with I say that I do woodworking, and really I just restore tools all the time, and then once in a while I make things out of wood.
That's how you're testing. That's how you make sure that it works.
This is the best equipment I could find. I must make it work so I can make things. But it's no, the whole making is about the restoration of things.
It's really they're all just different.
Better, but you're
they're all just different factors. I describe myself as having hobby ADD. I will be super into this one thing for a little while, and then I'm just going to I'm done with that, and I'll go do this for a while, but then later when I get bored with that, I'll come back and be like, oh my god, it's amazing. So, I go between video games and, woodworking and, a few other things.
Right on.
Depending.
I believe Terry got one of your cutting boards, and I got a chance to see it when I was there.
Yep. You could kill someone with that if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's got some weight.
Terry wanted a giant cheese board because she wants all the cheeses on one board, I guess. So it's like 18 inches long.
At first, I thought it was a chessboard.
Yeah. It could be.
I want a cheese board now.
Yeah.
I want a giant cheese board, but I don't want to compete with Terry, so it won't be as big if I get
I don't even remember what.
Just so she can have the biggest. I want to give that gift to her. Having the biggest cheese board.
Watch your language.
Do you read Star Trek novels?
I don't. I don't read very much at all.
Oh,
period.
Okay.
I know. I'm one of those. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person.
No, not at all.
I have found over the years, it's not that I don't ever read, and I have certainly read some good things that I liked a lot, but in general, I am a visual person, and I find that the words just get in the way. I would much rather listen, audiobooks are fine, or watching things, or things like that. I'm much more into
what are you watching now?
Oh god, my mom just sent me Treme, which she was super into, and I haven't seen, because I just went to New Orleans. And what else was Orphan Black just came back on. Game of Thrones is going. Mad Men just ended. I mean, there's all sorts. And then Orange is the New Black. The new season just went up, and I haven't watched that yet. But
grabbed that yet.
I like all of those shows.
Do you like Daredevil?
I do. I watched Daredevil a lot on the train. Actually, I finished the season on the train. It was very good. I liked it a lot. Yeah. Vincent D'Onofrio was amazing. Yeah. I'm really curious to see where they go with that. I guess.
I hear that they're bringing Punisher.
And it's going to be what's his face from Walking Dead, which will be an interesting to see him in a role that I don't hate. Maybe that'll be good.
Well, it's good. Hopefully, it'll break out.
Josh something.
Yeah,
I forgot anyway.
What is the name of your starship?
The one that private account.
Well, you don't have to give us.
My dev account is the USS Taquito.
Taquito,
because I am taco fans, and so I name all of my ships after Mexican food because
sweet.
I don't know what else. So I had the toast, or maybe it's the tostada now. I had the
have flan.
That would be good. Yeah. I had I think the Taquito was my
Nacho Belgrande.
No, the Taquito was my Nova, which I flew for a long time. I think right now I'm on the tostada, which is I don't even remember one of the command ships maybe.
Right on.
I don't actually play my dev account. I go on and talk to people in my dev account. So like my build is a mess and I don't actually do anything with it. But it's it's fun to do once in a while.
The next one's going to be the enchilada, the big enchilada.
Oh yeah, there you go, the big enchilada. That's what I should have called the obelisk carrier when I was flying that thing around. Man, it is. It's like flying an enchilada. Cool.
Right on.
What I always have trouble saying is chili relleno. Chili relleno. Because the L one L goes to the next, so I end up.
Imagine being a Japanese person and trying to say that.
I don't know. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Unless they say speaking clear.
Well, that's true.
They probably be better at it than me. Then maybe.
Fair enough.
I trip over that. It's a challenge. I'm working on it. Chile relleno.
Yeah.
See, I can't even finish it.
Nope. Okay. Well.
No, I'm working on it. When someone else says it, then I can usually say it back. So it's useless.
Rieno.
No,
just say Rieno.
No, it's
Rieno.
Not, but it's not Rieno. It's Rieno.
We should probably cut all of this.
Why?
I feel like once I get it, then all these doors will open for me.
It's not like Open Sesame. You just walk up to some door and say Chili Rano, and then like the cave opens.
I try to order it like a normal person, and I usually mumble and put my head down. And the guy
just point.
I just want this.
I do. I end up just having to point going, this is and then the guy finishes it for me. Oh, Rano. I'm like, oh yeah, that one.
Squirrel. Right on. Oh boy. This is great. Actually, some of our listeners, this is the only reason why they listen to our show. It's for the squirrels.
Wow. They need to seek help.
If you can kill a Star Trek character, who would you kill? For any reason.
I am so tempted to just be trolling and say like Captain Picard or something just because I don't know. I don't really want anybody dead. I want to see cool stories with them. Yeah. So if that means that they die, fine. But I don't really harbor ill will to Neelix and stuff like some people do.
Just to give you a little heads up, Christine changed her answer from the last time we asked her. And she wanted to kill Picard this time. Mm-hmm. And just because it would have been such an impactful event.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't really, I don't know. Sorry, I have no good answer.
No problem.
Yeah, I need to think a lot more about that than we probably have time for.
It was the spur of the moment.
That's fine.
Anything you'd like our listeners to know about you, or maybe drop a hint about what's coming? Just heads up. These should be out midweek.
Yeah, I did. I probably can't say anything about what's coming. What do I know that's coming that I can talk about?
Are you getting an amazing breakfast tomorrow to talk about?
No, I don't know what I'm having. No, I can't talk about anything. It's all secrets.
Okay.
All cool asset secrets. That wouldn't be considered secret. That would be really cool.
I haven't made anything super cool since I got back yet. I've been helping out with a mission with Adam, or some assets for Adam that he's been working on for a while. But it's all stuff that I can't talk about.
It's all right. We understand.
I'm sorry.
This is just an opportunity to
No, it's just
to make our listeners' mouths water. But
everything. I mean, I'm just not in that position where I can decide to say things. So the things that I know of are things that I really shouldn't talk about.
No problem. Any anything you'd like to chime in with
I
before?
can't tell anybody anything about my life. It's all secret. No.
I mean, chili relleno.
Chili relleno. I can release that detail. Still working on that, pronouncing that. Yeah.
I think that's going to be her new nickname.
Yeah.
As far as Star Trek Online goes, I think this year I did a couple voices, but it's been a little while since I've come back into the...
Are you SAG now? Or do we have you on your non-SAG? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm SAG. I've been SAG for a while.
Oh, I didn't know.
Now that you're union, it's better for me.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to, hopefully I'll get to do more. But it's always fun doing it here, and, well, specifically doing voice work here, because doing it could be anything.
Let's just say that's all voice work. Yes, voice work is what you're talking about.
Voice work, and
Have you put your voice to the game?
No. Well, I can't because I'm not SAG, and they're certainly not going to shell out $3,000 to have my stupid voice on in game.
You actually can have non-union.
I know, but it's like you get a very specific number of those, and so we're saving those for very specific purposes. I think so. It's not like random devs just do that anymore. It used to be that way, but I never really had the interest. I'm not much of an actor in the first place.
That's fair. I was just curious if maybe we had heard you in game somewhere, but at some point. Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out to sit down with us.
Absolutely.
It's been great. We had some good laughs. A few squirrels along the way, but
that's all I have is squirrels.
Right on. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. This has been another GNT show supplemental log live from Cryptic. I'm Ceridium. Kapla.
Kapla.
Music for the GNT show is provided by Warp 11, Andrew Allen, Grethor, and 5 Year Mission. This has been a Busy Little Beaver production.